So there are more rumors and speculation about the Masters Olympia. I just want to say that firstly, I don't pull this stuff out of my rear end. I do have sources. I do have some people that I speak to, which I will not reveal anybody's name. But I also want to say that these are all rumors and speculation. I don't know any of this firsthand, but I will report it and I will do a video on it. But I will also put a disclaimer that these are all rumors and speculation. Okay. That being said, Jake Wood was the promoter of the Masters Olympia. Now, for those of you who don't know who Jake Wood is, he owns the rights to the Olympia. He's a very wealthy man. He runs the Olympia and he runs Wings of Strength, which is the women's bodybuilding circuit. And if it wasn't for him, women's bodybuilding would probably be in the crapper, because he actually saved it, because he bought the Olympia, the rights to the Olympia. He started Wings of Strength, and he actually invested a lot of money into women's bodybuilding, which I applaud him for, because bodybuilding is bodybuilding, whether it's women or men. Because before him, the Olympia got rid of it, the Arnold Classic got rid of it, the Arnold Classic still doesn't have it, but now he has the Wings of Strength, which is a huge women's bodybuilding circuit. So I applaud him for that. But here are the rumors that I've heard. First one is, I've heard Jake Wood lost his ass promoting this. He might as well go promote like a WNBA. That's how much money I heard he lost. I heard he lost into the seven figures. That's number one. So supposedly it was $70 a ticket to get into the arena for the Masters Olympia. And apparently people in Romania, I don't know why he had it in Romania, I'd have to ask him, did not want to pay $70 to get into the Masters Olympia. From what I understand, the majority of people that were in the audience were the athletes and the athletes' families, right? That came to see the athletes perform and compete. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the pay-per-view did crappy, from what I understand. The live stream did not sell well. The other thing that I've heard was there weren't many vendors. I heard the number of vendors I've heard that were there were 4. I've heard 4 vendors. Again, I might be wrong. This might be just rumors and speculation, but this is what I've heard from good sources. Only 4 vendors. There are more vendors at an NPC show than at the Masters Olympia, apparently. So the seats were empty. Nobody wanted to pay the $70 to get in. Pay-per-view did not do well. Live stream did not sell well. So these are all, things that have happened. Now, if you watched my last one, during the 212, it looked like the fix was in. Looks like Hardy won. He shouldn't have won. I mean, anybody with 2 eyes and actually anybody with 1 eye and like half decent eyesight in that 1 eye could tell that Hardy shouldn't have won, especially from the back. I mean, he had no back. I mean, when you watch the lineup in the top 5, you thought he was in 5th. You didn't think he was winning, but he won. So supposedly that this was so upsetting that some of the athletes never returned to the night show. They went to prejudging, and they kind of, by the time they got there, they knew the fix was in, and they left. Now, I do know that one of the names that left did not come back at night was Darren Charles. Darren Charles is a legend bodybuilding champion. He did bodybuilding. I believe he tried classic physique. This guy's been around for a long time. And when there was the Masters Olympia, he couldn't wait to go back. And from what I understand, he did not return at the night show. Apparently, he was very upset. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, Darren Charles is free to contact me. Believe me, it's not like I have any allegiance to anybody. But these are the things that I've been hearing. Now, the next part that I'm going to say, I am going to reiterate strongly that these are just rumors, because I'm about to drop a bomb, and I've been trying to figure out why, if this is true, why this happened. But I want to reiterate strongly again, this is rumor and speculation. The rumor that I heard was Hadi actually paid his way to win the Masters Olympia 212. I heard that he is doing the Olympia 212. Now, I can't prove that this is true. But if this is true, this is truly a terrible look for bodybuilding, because these athletes train so hard and their love is there for the sport. And then you just give it to somebody who decides to open up a checkbook and say, here, give me the win. See, I don't know if I believe everything, but like I said in the last one, where there's smoke, there's fire. This is a difficult one, because the judges were Steve Weinberger, who is a very, very stand-up, straightforward judge. When he's judging, things usually run fairly. Maybe it was out of his hands this time around. I don't know. Jake Wood usually never gets involved in the Olympia settings or the Wings of Strength settings. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but between the poster and between Hadi winning and between athletes not returning for the evening show, and the fact that the pay-per-view didn't sell well and the tickets didn't sell well and there weren't too many vendors there and the seats were empty, and this extreme rumor floating around that Hadi actually paid to win the Masters Olympia 212. This is a difficult one to swallow. The other thing is, why isn't anybody talking about it? Well, Jake Wood runs Mr. Olympia and anything attached to Olympia and Wings of Strength. You wouldn't want to ruffle his feathers, would you? Especially if you maybe are a YouTuber and train people that are going into the Olympia, right? Like, I don't know, Dennis James, let's say, Dave Palumbo, let's say. We have who, again, I've had the utmost respect for Dave. I don't know Dennis James too well, but I would understand why people wouldn't ruffle feathers. But if this is true, not one person came out and spoke out against this. I mean, these are really, really harsh allegations, and there's just too much going around. And nobody spoke out against it. Nobody said this is wrong. I don't want anything to do with this anymore. It just seems really terrible. Really does. It seems really terrible. These athletes prepare, they diet, they train hard, and you give them a chance to be on the Olympia stage. Let's call it what it is. It's a Masters Olympia, but it's still an Olympia stage. The man who promoted it owns the rights to the Olympia. It's still an Olympia stage. They can call themselves Olympians. This is on the majority of athletes' bucket list as a professional bodybuilder, and they finally get to do it, and you're not going to give them a fair shake. It's just wrong. It's just wrong on so many levels. Again, I can't stress enough. This is all rumors and all speculation, but I've been fed the info. I don't just pull it randomly. I've been fed info from good sources. So I'm going to run on it. Now, if I'm wrong, which I actually hope I am, then, I'm open to Jake Wood or whomever, a representative, coming on my show and discussing it with me. If you want me to stop talking about it, if money talks and, 7 figures in the high 6 figures, then I'll shut the fuck up about it. I'll even delete the other video for that kind of money. I got no sponsors. No sponsor. Anyway, that is the biggest news I have for the Masters Olympia. Hopefully this is the last one. Not much other crap comes out about it. And hopefully this isn't a norm. Hopefully this is a one-time thing and it was just poorly run. The one good thing I did hear about it, Alina Papa, who is Jake Wood's, I think, girlfriend or something to that effect, partner or something. I understand she went out of her way to really, really make the athletes comfortable. I understand she really went out of her way to make sure the athletes had everything they needed. So that was one good thing that I heard about it. Everything else, not that good. But listen, You make up your mind. I'm just reporting what I've been told. Where there's smoke, there's fire. If half of these things that I said are true, it's way too many. Let's not make this a regular thing for bodybuilding. We don't want bodybuilding to be corrupt. We want to honor our athletes. Without the athletes, we don't have bodybuilding. So please leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll go from here. All right, guys. Later.